you're up next.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's your excuse. Gotta say something to MVX. I've had fun with him before. We covered that one last week where I hugged him. I didn't know what else to do, so then he would move on to another subject. All right, now for the regularly scheduled jokes. I guess that was my Simpsons couch gag unofficially. Oh, yes, number jokes. I am willing to do just about anything for stage time, and when I saw something on Facebook about being part of a sketch, but you need to bring your own costume. It's like, okay, I'll go to a costume shop. So I went to one I had been to before over the weekend, and then when I got there, it was a little unnerving because I heard barking, and it was from the upper level. It was a Dalmatian, and then I went to the employee there, and I said, all right, hard to ignore that, and I said, is the Dalmatian staying up there? And then I just finally said, all right, this is what I'm here for, and then he helped me find a costume. And then he tried to make a joke later on about the Dalmatian being there, saying he's looking for 100 of his friends. It's like, oh, you mean 101 Dalmatians? Yeah, that one's kind of stale. I mean, why not put in that other stereotype about that kind of dog, saying, he fell off a fire truck and I claimed him. I mean, they're known as the fire department mascot too. Karaoke, I do that a lot for stage time, and I get good stories from that. Never thought that was possible, but hey, it's at bars, and sometimes weirdos end up at bars. That happened this weekend where I show up, I don't see the karaoke jockey, the KJ, and I didn't see books, binders at first, and it's like, oh, at another table. And then a man I didn't know was gesturing at me. I guess it was the symbol for smoking, and it's like, all right. And then I went to him later on, I said, I don't know you, I don't even know your name, I didn't even know you were gesturing at me. She went out and have a smoke. It's like, well, sometimes what this means is, he, for all I know, he was asking me if I wanted to smoke, and it's like, And then I even schooled him saying that I don't like people trying to think for me. I figured things out. I was looking for the books to get a song request in, and you were answering a question nobody was even asking. Sometimes you just got to do that. Be assertive with people. I don't like having to do that, but you got no choice. All right, another number joke. Yeah, I guess most of you probably wouldn't have heard of this one because it was a sparse crowd at this place last week. But I saw somebody there I didn't know. He eventually talked about being from Flint, Michigan. It's like, well, I've seen some of Michael Moore's movies, but I didn't like his latest one. Not enough focus in it. It's like, all right, pick a few less subjects to cover, and then I would have been interested more. And it sounded too much like an early movie of his where he just switched around a few numbers. Fahrenheit 11.9 instead of 9/11. It's like, yeah, I want something a little more original instead of just recycling old ideas. And then I'm going to remember this man because not once, but twice, he wanted some of my popcorn. And it's like, yeah, I've heard that in song before. What is that? The song Money, maybe by Pink Floyd. You can have as much as you want, but don't take any off of my stack. There was plenty of popcorn in the back. I even pointed it out to him. He didn't need to have mine. There was plenty to go around. Some people. Then he said, well, just keep going with your jokes. Yeah, I planned on doing that. I don't need somebody prompting me in the crowd. Oh, and when it's a comic, that's called heckling. We don't like that. Sometimes I get better when people are challenging me like that, but it's just not much fun to have to deal with that. I will have to admit that. All right, there's the number jokes. It's easier to remember than when I invent mnemonic devices, hence the term. I haven't seen Johnny Mnemonic, but that's probably why he got that name too. Why else would they use a long word like that? Oh, right, but I digress. A lot of movies that I probably could have seen by now that would make more sense to me on references, but haven't yet. I've done that one before about how I still haven't seen Argo. It's like, yeah, there's no mystery in the ending, and my then lady friend wanted to see it. It's like, then see it without me. Otherwise, wait until it's a Redbox rental. Not good enough for, okay. And that's like more than 5 years in now. Still haven't seen it. Doesn't bother me any either. And there's, oh yes, DVD movies. Might as well cover that. I like getting them on loan from the library because they're cheap. They're free if you get them back within the week's time, that allotment. And I like finding a musician biography about Billie Holiday. The one done in the early 70s, produced by Berry Gordy, the Motown Records boss. Lady Sings the Blues, yeah. Except when I saw the listing of the cast, it's like, oh, Isabel Sanford, Louise Jefferson is in it. Yeah, she has a small role at the start of the movie, so it wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. And it covered a lot of her drug use. Yes, the stories need to be told, but it was still hard to watch. Why don't you cover her music a little more? She's a musician after all. But I guess artistic license, and they had to base it off the book too that she wrote. So, is there another one to finish on? Oh yeah, baseball art. Andy Warhol did baseball art. Too much like his Campbell's soup cans, not original enough. Well, I guess that'll do it for me. Thank you, been great.